All right. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Let's get this day trading party started. Mic check, mic check. Want to make sure I'm audible. Hopefully, everyone can hear me clearly. All right, so I want to talk about a couple of things. Today. I want to talk about the trades that I took for Tesla and AMD yesterday. And then I want to talk about what to expect coming into the market today. We do have some red folder news, some scheduled news that could impact the market today. FOMC member will be speaking, as well as President Trump will be speaking. So anything that Trump says could move the market. So I'll be paying attention to that. So far this week, just to recap, or excuse me, this month I'm up 5,000. I'm up a little over $5,000, and the month has just begun. Right. So yesterday made $2,700, and 2,400 of that was Tesla. 2,400 of that was Tesla. The rest was AMD. What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? How's everyone doing today? LJ, I see you. Good morning, sir. Let's see. Yeah, yesterday was nice, man. Tesla did exactly what exactly what I talked about in my pre-market preps this entire week. And as you can see, it's actually heading back towards that key level that I marked out for 347.16. And it's you can see it's close to the previous day high, which is 346. We did drop we did drop in at the open yesterday, and so I took advantage. You this one thing that I wanted to mention is that don't try to deceive yourself, or allow your mind or thoughts to deceive yourself or deceive you when you are trading, because a lot of times it can happen. It can happen two ways, right? Sometimes when we enter a trade and we quickly see how much money we're making, we're like, oh man, what if I can make much more? And so you might end up staying in the trade longer than what you should have. And the other way is in reverse, right? When you lose money, sometimes you're trying to jump into trades you shouldn't jump in, trying to recoup the money that you lost. But my advice is to just pay attention to the behavior of the stock itself, right? Don't take what it gives, and that's the only thing that I focus on, right? The break and retest strategy for Tesla didn't present itself yesterday. I just took what Tesla gave me, and you can see this significant drop here for Tesla. Now let me adjust my screen for those of you on TikTok. You can see Tesla was falling at the open, so I took advantage of it, right? And I jumped in aggressively. My initial trade for Tesla, I lost 3,400. I lost 3,400. I jumped in aggressively at this point here. Let me zoom in so y'all can see it. Hopefully, you can see this clearly. Let me activate my drawing tool as well. So I jumped in at the close of this candle here, this down close candle. What's up, Susanna? Good morning, everyone. Appreciate the likes and the follows. So I jumped into Tesla on this candle here. So I noticed that we were, and I'm on the 5 minute, but so for those of you who are trying to follow along on your trading view, so yeah, this is the trade that I entered in. I entered in on this candle um, at the close of this candle, and what ended up happening is we had this pullback, right? This pullback. So let me count this. So this is from 337 to 339, almost 340. So almost $3, right? Drawdown on the account. So I lost initially 3,400. That was the initial drawdown. And then so I just respected my stop loss as far as the dollar amount. So I got out of the trade, waited for this pullback to end, and then waited for continuation with weak price action, speed, and momentum. And once I saw that, then I jumped back in for the rest of the trade. And I ended up making, so I lost 3,400 initially, and then I ended up making 4,400 in the next go round. And that happened in what, 15 seconds, I think it was. It was like 15 seconds. And then I made the 4,400. So, but this was a large, keep in mind, this was a large position. This was like 50K, because I just wanted to do a quick snipe. I mean, this is what the market gave. And I love when Tesla does this because I can make, 1,000, 2,000, whatever. And this would have been it would have been a much larger gain, right? Had I not jumped in aggressively initially, I could have just waited after the pullback. But downtrends, the thing with downtrends is you tend to have to be a little bit more aggressive to catch them, because when they happen, I mean, they happen quick. They happen very, very quickly. So when you're shorting a position or a stock, then yeah, sometimes you have to jump in aggressively or you might miss the entry. So I didn't really want to miss it, but I ended up getting stopped out initially and had to wait for a continuation. So then I jumped back in and quickly made $4,400. But because of the initial loss of 34, I only netted a gain of 1,000. So that was the first trade for Tesla. So a quick snipe, couple of seconds, not even a full minute, man. It was $4,400. So my net gain for that, $1,000. Now the second trade came at this point. So what ended up happening, Tesla started to consolidate after the fall, right? After the initial fall at the open, we started to consolidate. And I love this because when Tesla, and this may be true for other stocks, but like I said, my primary target is always Tesla. And I've been watching Tesla for 1 year, starting in 2024, just to learn how it behaves. And I've only recently begun trading Tesla, the latter part of April 2025. So, with that said, learning its behavior, I can see what the stock is doing, right? I'm not when it comes to reading the chart, price can only go in two directions. So let's just keep everything simple. Okay, let's keep everything simple. Let's not overcomplicate it. When you're looking to trade a stock, just pay attention to what it's doing in real time. You can see visually when the price is falling, when it's consolidating, and when the price is beginning to increase again. So when we look at a trend is nothing more than when price is going up consistently for a period of time, or when it's going down consistently for a period of time. So that's it, right? That's it. So the only thing I was looking at is how Tesla dramatically fell at the open, began to consolidate. And so I was looking for either continuation to the downside, or to see if buyers were going to step in and hold this key level. Now, where we began to consolidate is at the previous day low, the previous day low. And for those of you who may be completely new, the previous day low is simply the lowest point the price fell yesterday. All right. The lowest point, the price fell the day before, right? Obviously, this was the trade for yesterday. So it would have been, what is today? Wednesday, it would have been Monday. So this was Monday's low, this line here. This was Monday's low, right? And so we started to consolidate here. And that's what I was looking for. Is like, okay, are we going to continue heavy and fall below Monday's low? Or are we going to, or are buyers going to step in and start pushing the price higher? And that's exactly what happened, right? The latter is what happened. Buyers stepped in aggressively and started to push the price higher. Now, this is also a key level for me because I marked out this white line here, which represents a key point of resistance, a key point of resistance. And notice how price is hovering between the Monday's low and this key level of resistance that I marked out here. Now I'm going to talk about, just bear with me. I'm going to talk about how to draw key levels and what they are and how to mark them on your chart easily. Okay. So again, we're not going to overcomplicate this. It's just we're going to simplify all of these concepts. I won't use a bunch of terms and jargon to confuse you. I want you to, comprehend this fully and completely. All right. So here's the key level that I marked out. And this key level represents how many times the Tesla price tried to break above this level and failed. Okay, so I went to the higher time frames to find this level. I went to the higher time frames to find this level. And I saw that 5 times the price tried to break beyond or above this level, and it could not or did not, right? And so I marked that out. And so I can see that on the lower charts, right? Right now I'm on the 5 minute time frame because I want to see it on the lower time frame so that I can uh, check from my entry. Now, we yesterday, obviously Monday, we broke above this key point of resistance. And then what happened yesterday? Well, we began to fall back towards this key level. And then we started to consolidate around this level, right? And so I was like, all right, cool. This is a great sign because if we don't continue to fall below this level, that means buyers, there's a lot more liquidity sitting or resting at this level, meaning there's a lot of buyers resting at this level that won't let the stock price continue to fall. And that's all I was looking for, right? And so here's the signal, right? Buyers are stepping in. Now, I like to take these aggressive entries when I see this for Tesla. I like to take these low risk entries here. I'm going to show you really quickly. You can see that once I started to see the wick on this down close candle here, and then the next two up close candles, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get in right here. I'm going to get in on the close of this candle. My stop would be, let me draw this out. I want to make sure you all can see this. So my stop would be here. My entry is here, right? Right at that key level or point of resistance. Okay. So can you all see this okay on TikTok? I want to make sure you all can see this clearly. I don't want you all to miss it. All right. Let me do this. Give you some more real estate. All right, that should be better. All right, so let me redraw these. So my stop would be just a break below this down close candle. Okay. A break below this down close candle. So this is look at the wick on this candle here, on this up close candle. MJ says, I took a class on day trading. What app can I use to look at the stock market? TradingView.com. TradingView.com. It's a free tool. You don't even have to create an account to start watching, any stock. All right. So TradingView.com is the tool you can use to watch what the stock is doing. So that's the tool that I'm currently using right now. So I'm on TradingView.com. Now, look at the wick on this up close candle. All right. So, in this trend, within this trend, look at how buyers are starting to defend the Monday's lows, right? And this key level of resistance that I drew out. Uh, Manoj says, "Do you give one-on-one coaching?" I will. You know, I've done this already for a few people. So just let me know what you're looking to discuss, and we can schedule a one-on-one via, like a Zoom or something else. All right, so yeah, so notice the up close candle right here and the wick on this candle. All right, so pay very close attention to this because you can see after that there was just consolidation. That's when the consolidation kicked off. All right. So we didn't drop too far. Um, we didn't break too far below the wick, and we didn't cross too far above that up close candle either. We just consolidated. Now I was waiting for the next set of down close candles to see if sellers were going to step in and push the price lower. They did not. So I'm like, all right. So now that I'm starting to see buyers step in and not allow the price to continue to fall, I decided to enter the trade. I love these are considered low risk trades. These are not necessarily high probability trades, but they're low risk entries, okay? Because it's near where the potential bottom of the price is, and you have a very, very tight stop loss, very, very tight stop loss. All right. So if the trade begins to work against me, I know when to get out. All right. So if I entered at the close of this candle here, at the close of this candle, my exit would be just below this down close candle, just below this down close candle, right? The wick. That's where I marked it out. Now, I love these because I was able to capture using the cheaper contracts. Man, I was able to capture from this move to this move. I think it was $400 just with the cheaper Tesla contracts. And I've been talking about this in my videos, posting it on my social media channels. So be sure to check those out if you've missed it. All right. So, and by the way, let's see. Susanna says, "Come on, people, tap, tap, tap." Thank you, Susanna. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all for the love. Appreciate that. I love y'all, man. Appreciate the support. Yeah. So with the cheaper contracts for Tesla, I was able to quickly make $400. Now there was obviously continuation. There was continuation. We pushed higher, especially toward the latter part of the session. All right. Here's where the session closed. But you can see we pushed higher, broke above the daily. This was another key level that I marked. Broke above that key level aggressively. Came back. Sellers tried to step in, fight back. Buyers weren't having it. Buyers continue to push higher. There was a little bit of consolidation for this time frame, right? You can see we didn't do too much. We didn't fall too low. We didn't fall, much lower, and we didn't make, uh, too much higher progress, right? So we just a bit of consolidation within this range. All right. Now, what I was looking for is for buyers to step in aggressively because towards the close of the session, and this happens almost every day, people, almost every day, um, around 1:30 to 2:30, you'll start to see a large number of order flow, right? Larger order flow happening. Order flow is just simply where buyers or sellers are stepping in, right? So either the price is going to jump dramatically or it's going to fall dramatically. All right. And it does this. Look, this is now for me, I'm on Central Standard Time. This is at 1 o'clock, a little after 1 o'clock. From 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, this is the move. So over 2 hours. Look at these bullish candles here. This one, this one, this one. This is where the volume is just pouring in. Okay, so we're starting to push. I'm like, all right, cool. So we might continue tomorrow, which is today, towards the goal that I marked out, which is 347.16. Now, if I scroll over to Monday, look, we came so close to breaking above 347.16. That's why it's important to mark out these key levels. Again, later in the segment, I'm going to show you how to draw these key levels. Don't worry. All right. We're going to keep everything simple, nice and simple. Let me make sure. LJ says, did you use the cheaper ones on the first few trades? Also, no. So for the, you know what? I think I did. Hold on. Let me double check. I think I might have. That's a good question, LJ. I might have used the so yeah, I did. I didn't use the 0.50 delta. I used the 0.36 delta contracts. All right, the 0.36 delta contracts. And what that means is simply that for every dollar move, I'll make $36. All right, so the trend was to the downside, right? So for every dollar move to the downside, every dollar drop to the downside, I would make $36 on the contracts. And so since I bought 100 of them, you can see why I was making so much money in a short period of time. So yeah, I bought the 0.36 delta contracts for Tesla that day or yesterday. And what you'll notice too, another reason why I like the lower delta contracts is because you may not be able to make more money than those who are buying the 0.5 or 0.6 delta contracts. You may not make more money than them, but when the stock moves dramatically, let's say if the stock is moving against your position, you'll notice very quickly how you're able to endure that resistance against your position. You'll be able to endure that longer because the stock price, your position won't move that quickly, right? So, in other words, let me use some real numbers. If you had a $100 position, meaning you entered a trade for $100, it cost you $100 to enter a trade for Tesla. I'm just using this number as an example. If the stock begins to move against you, right, you're banking that the price is going to fall, right? That's the position you took. That you took a short position, all right? I'm trying to avoid using terms. You're just banking that price is going to fall, right? $100 is your cost. Now, if buyers start to step in, right, that's going to cause you to lose money on your position because buyers are pushing the price higher. Your position is for price to continue to fall. Now, if buyers step in, they're moving against you. They're resisting your position, right? So then you might start to lose some money as more buyers start to pour in and push the price higher. Now, let's say that with your let's say you choose a 0.20 delta contract, and person B chooses a 0.50 delta contract. When buyers start to step in, both of you took the same position, right? You're taking a short position, meaning that you're banking that price is going to continue to fall. But when buyers start to pour in and push the price higher, person B is going to lose $50, where you're only going to lose $20. And you're not going to experience a loss quicker. Your loss is going to be how do I explain this? You'll see that happen slower for your position than it would for person B with the 0.50 delta contract. That's the point that I'm trying to make. So when you buy these lower delta contracts, you'll notice that when the price is moving against you, you're like, I'm not losing too much money. You might see $1 loss, a $2 or $5 loss, and you're like, I'm able to stay in these trades much longer. So that's another benefit to choosing the lower delta contracts. You won't make as much money as the higher delta contracts or those who choose to trade the higher delta contracts, but you'll still make significant money and you'll be able to endure those points of resistance when the stock begins to move against you. Okay, so just wanted to make that clear. All right, now back to my point here. Now, I love these lower risk entry points for Tesla. I love these, man, because I can make, $500, $1,000, like just like that. And I wait for these aggressive drops. Every time Tesla has an aggressive drop like this and I see consolidation, I will enter a trade, even if I just buy one contract. All right. I don't even have to buy, 50 contracts. I'll just buy one contract, five contracts, or 10 contracts, but I will every single time enter these low risk trades because I'm going to make some money and my risk is very, very low. All right. So I can get in and get out. Even if the stock works against me or moves against me, then I can just get out. Right. No problem. Now, with this trade, I ended up making $1,400. $1,400 on this trade. All right. I bought 10 contracts, made 400 on this initial push here. I think I exited out seven. Let me pull up my journal. Let me just pull up my journal. Go to it. Let me pull up my journal and make sure. All right, so it's this kind. Yeah, so I bought 10. Let me zoom in so you all can see this on TikTok. Can you all see this clearly? Hopefully you can see this clearly. This is the Tesla trade that I made. So obviously two trades, right? This is the second. I bought 10 contracts. Each contract was $428. This was the 0.3, I think this was the 0.36 or 0.38 Delta contracts. So the total position cost me $4,280. I ended up making $5,612, right? So that was a net gain of $1,600, but minus fees. It was like almost $300 in fees alone, right? So just $1,300 after that. But a 30% return. Can you all see this? Hopefully, let me make sure you can see this. Sorry. 30% return on that. Now, let me show you the entry, okay? Let's look at the entry point. All right, got in at 9:20. This is Central, so that would have been 10:20 Eastern, 9:20, and exited four contracts at 10:16. So let's go back to the chart, 10:16 a.m. This candle here was when I exited five contracts. Five contracts. This candle here was 10:15. All right. Now the next scale, or excuse me, that was four contracts. Four contracts at 10:16. And then the next three was also at 10:16. All right. So seven contracts of the 10 contracts I sold at 10:16. So that was this candle here. Okay. Can you all see that clearly? Hopefully you all can see that. I want to make sure everyone on TikTok can see that clearly. Hold on for 1 second. I don't know why. I'm not sure why TikTok continues to limit my live stream visibility. So seven contracts of the 10 contracts I sold at 10:16. That's this candle here. Now the next sale was at 1:49 p.m. This is Central. So that would have been 2:49 Eastern. So let's go to 1:49. So that's this candle here. This candle here. All right. So now how many contracts is that? That's eight contracts. Eight contracts. And the final two contracts I sold at 246. 246. So let's go to 246. That would have been this candle here. So I sold the last two contracts of the 10. Oops, sorry. You all couldn't see that. So this candle here is when I sold the last two contracts. All right. So $1,600 after fees. And you can see, like, man, when you take these positions, look at these fees, man. So wait, this was almost $15. Oh no, this isn't the one. Let me show you this one here. Where is it at? This one here. Look at the fees on this position that I took. This was the $1,000 gain. Look at the fees on this, man. This is crazy. $33, 32, 31, 10, 4, 2, 3, 8, 8, 7. Like, man, 23, $17. Like, the fees is crazy. But it doesn't matter. Like, you really ignore it. Like, I don't really be paying attention to it. But sometimes when I'm logging these journal entries, I'm like, yo, what? $30. So anyway, yeah, so that was the two Tesla trades. All right. I love these. I love these. Every time Tesla does this, I look to enter a trade. I don't care if I just, buy one contract. I will always enter these trades, man. Every single time. Low risk, high reward. All right. These are considered low risk entries, high reward, right? So I love these. Any questions? Any questions on that Tesla trade recap? All right. Overall, two trades, $2,600 on that trade for the two trades total. $2,600, or excuse me, $2,400 for the Tesla trade. The other 200 came from AMD. All right. So any questions? I'll give you all a chance to type in any questions if you have any. Next, we're going to quickly talk about the AMD trade, and then I'll talk about my swing trades, and then how to draw key levels. Okay, so I want to talk about that, get those two covered in the next segment. Any questions so far? If not, I'll go ahead and proceed. All right. Now, what I expect coming until today, I want to show you this since we're still on the Tesla chart, right? I want to show you this. Anytime you're looking to draw a key level, you want to take a look at where the stock price is currently. Remember, the only thing we care about is price. The market is just a continual auction. It's a continuous auction. That's all it is. Prices going up and down all day long. Okay. And there's only two groups, buyers and sellers. That's it. And when you're coming in to take a look at the chart, you want to take a look at where the price is currently. Okay. Now, currently, the price for us, let me make sure you all can see this. Currently, the price is sitting at 342.45. 342.45. Now, when I look left, I'm going to talk about this shaded area here. This yellow shaded area is the pre-market. The pre-market session starts at 3 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Eastern. 3 a.m. Central, 4 a.m. Eastern. When does it end, Ace? Well, it ends at 8:30 a.m. Central, 9:30 Eastern, okay? So just whatever time zone you in, just keep that in mind. I'm on Central, so I'm always going to use the Central time zone, okay? Now, when the market opened when the pre-market opened, look at the activity. We're just looking at what the price did, all right? How high did the price rise? How low did the price fall? That's it. You're going to mark out the highest point the price rose during the pre-market session, and you're going to mark out the lowest point the price fell or begun. So right here, this point here is where we opened. Okay, we haven't fallen below this point, so we'll mark out this key point. This will be considered the pre-market low. All right, very simple, very easy to do. All we're doing is boxing in this price activity. We're going to mark out the top, we're going to mark out the bottom. That's it. Now, I wrote a script You all know that my background is in software engineering. So I wrote a script to do this for me automatically every single day. All right. So as soon as the market opens, the script sees what the activity is doing, what the price is doing, and it'll mark it out for me. All right. So boom, it marked out the pre-market high and the pre-market low. Okay. Now, you may be asking, well, how come there are traders who are marking other key levels on their chart? Well, the reason for those other key levels is very, very simple. You want to know where the stock is going. Where could it go? Because you need to know when to get out of the trade, right? If you enter a trade, you need to know when to get out. And so the other key levels that traders are marking on their chart is to identify when they should get out. That's it. That's the reason for drawing key levels. You just want to know where the stock historically has been so you can anticipate what might happen. The words or terminology that I use when explaining this, I like to say, I want to check the reaction off of this key level because we could reject off of that key level or we could break beyond that key level. So when I talk about that, let me activate this drawing tool here. So right at the open, we could, do some sort of consolidation like this, right? And when I say I want to check the reaction off of a key level, assuming like we're talking about the pre-market high and the pre-market low, I'm like, okay, well, let's see what happens. Are buyers going to break above the pre-market high, or will sellers step in? There's only two groups, right? What are buyers and sellers going to do regarding the price? Are buyers going to push the price higher and break beyond the pre-market high, or are sellers going to hold and defend this level and cause price to drop? Price can only go in two directions. So that's why I'm trying to simplify why we draw out key levels, because we want to know where the stock has gone historically, where it's been historically, and has there been some sort of reaction before in the past? So let's look at this in real time, right? Let's look at the activity for yesterday. You all can see this visually just looking at the chart. This is yesterday's activity, price activity, right? Price is only going up and down. So you can see this visually when price fell. You can see when price started to rebound and bounce back higher, right? Now, when you're looking at this activity, the only thing you really want to mark out is points. You want to mark out those points that stick out to you visually. What was the lowest point the price fell yesterday? Well, I can see that here. This is the lowest point. What was the highest point the price rose yesterday? Well, I can mark that out here. Okay. Are there any points in between that range, right? We boxed in the highest point and we boxed in the lowest point. Now, is there any points in between that we could potentially mark out? What sticks out to you visually? Well, to me, what sticks out to me is this point. Another point that sticks out to me visually is this point. And another point that sticks out to me is this point. All right. So you can mark out those levels if you want, because these are points where you can see these are pivots. I call these pivots, or you might hear traders refer to these as pivots, right? Another point is this point you can mark out. You don't have to mark them all. Just keep that in mind. You don't have to mark them all. I'm just simply going through the process of seeing, helping you see visually how you can mark out these key levels. That's it, right? So you just to simplify how to do this. So we saw the highest point, the price rose. The lowest point, the price fell. We boxed that in. And then we looked at points in between. I see this, I see this, I see this, I see this, I see this. Okay. Now, regarding where price is currently, right? Because we're concerned also with where the price is currently. Let me clean up the chart. Now we want to know, where could this price go? Where could the price go? So the first point is if we're currently sitting at 342.41, where's the pre-market high? Well, the pre-market high is at 343.40, 343.40. We're currently sitting at 342.41, but the pre-market high is $1 above where we're sitting currently, right? So this would be considered your first level if when the market opens at 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern, if we start here at the open, the first level we could look to exit our position, especially if you only bought one contract, is this level here. If you're taking a long position, right? Or a call. And don't be confused by the terminology, okay? Longs and calls simply means price is going to increase, right? We're expecting price to increase. Shorts and puts mean you're expecting price to fall, all right? Price can only go in two directions. That's why I just like to refer to it and use simple terms and say price, okay? But you might hear it referred to by other traders saying, I took a long position, or I took a call position, or hey, I took a short position, or I took a put. But those terms might confuse new traders, right? And you just want to know and understand what's happening. So visually, we're looking at the chart to see where is price going, where has it been, where could it potentially go? Okay. So in this example, the only thing that matters is where price is currently, which is 342.40, and where price could go, which is in the pre-market. It went as high as 343.40. So $1 above where it's sitting currently. $1 above where it's sitting currently. So if at the open we still stay around this price area, 342, let's assume that the market just opened up right now and price is sitting right here. Where could the price go? Well, it could either go to the pre-market high or the pre-market low. That's where you're basically determining your position. Are buyers stepping in at the open to push the price higher, or are sellers stepping in to push the price lower? If buyers are stepping in, you're going to take a position to the upside, right? If sellers are stepping in, you're going to take a position to the downside. Now, my first level, if buyers are stepping in, will be the pre-market high. Now, remember, yesterday we looked at yesterday's high and we said, well, where else could price go? Well, where did price go yesterday? Well, price yesterday for us, what was 345, 345.46. This was yesterday's high. So let's mark this out. I'm going to change this color to blue so you all can see this. All right. So this is where price was yesterday. So if buyers are stepping in to push price higher, well, this is the first point we have to reach, right? Before we can reach 345, we got to break beyond the pre-market high. So if by chance we break above the pre-market high, the next level would obviously be 345.32. And we're just simply looking at the chart. This is not complicated. That's why I said software engineering that I've been doing. When I first learned it, I was learning C sharp, C plus, C plus plus, all of that crazy stuff 10 years ago. All right. That's complicated. This, all you need is eyes to see. All right. And discipline. Get in when you're supposed to get in, get out when you're supposed to get out. Don't stay in, overstay your welcome. All right. You see profit, you take profit. You have a goal in mind. Man, I just want to make focus on turning $1 into $2. All right. Don't try to chase after a bunch of money like you see traders doing. So what? I made 2,600. Don't try to chase 2,600. Focus on consistently turning $1 into $2. All right. That's why I show people how to trade the cheaper contracts for any company, whether it's Tesla or some other expensive stock. Focus on turning $1 into $2. Do that consistently for 1 week, then for 2 weeks, then for 1 month, then for 2 months. If you do that consistently for 3 months, you have really gotten the system down pat and you can read the charts clearly. I'm making money. I'm making money because look at my green trades. Okay. I'm making money because I am just focusing on what I see. I'm not trying to do too much. I'm not trying to overcomplicate this process. All right. I've learned from my mentor, and it really started to click for me towards the beginning of June. Everything just really started to click. All right. I started in the latter part of April, toward the end of April. And then in May, I had some hiccups. But after May, June started, and man, everything just clicked. Everything just clicked. All right. And so I was able to put everything together. I focused on mastering the strategy. I focused on money management. All right. Make sure you have a predetermined goal in mind. I just want to make it could be whatever dollar amount you want it to be, but let it be reasonable. Okay. And let it be within your budget. All right. So if you can only afford to trade $100, just stick with trading $100 and managing your risk. Can you take $100 and make $1? And if you make $1, can you do it again the next trade? And if you make another dollar, can you do it again the following trade, right? So make sure you can do that consistently. All right. Try that whether you're paper trading or trading with your real money. All right. Make sure you can do that consistently for 3 to 6 months. All right. That's the goal. That's all you want to do. Now, for those of you who just stepped in, you can request the replay. Just DM me for the replay. I'll send you a link. You can access not only this replay, but all the replays in the past. Everything is organized and titled and dated. And you can access future replays as well using this same link. Okay. You will never have to request a new link to access any live replay. All right. So if you need this replay, just DM me and I will send you a link to the replay. Patty, I see you said thanks. No worries. I got you. So yeah, and anytime that you see me going live, if you can't catch that live, the replay will be available in the replay folder. All right. All you have to do is use the same link. Now I had 2 people so far that reported using what they've learned here in these live sessions. One person yesterday reported making $400 trading the cheaper lower delta contracts. I'm so happy and excited about that because that was amazing. Keys by Carly. Do you have YouTube? I do. I just post information to that YouTube. But Carly, I think what you want to know is who have I been learning from? My mentor is Scarface Trades. I joined his mentorship back in the latter part of April. I'm going to pull up his social media so you can see it. This young man is amazing. Okay. This is who I've been learning from. Scarface Trades. All right. This is a verified trader. He's 24 years of age, multimillionaire, verified multimillionaire, degree in finance and economics, 7 years experience, man. Crazy. I'm 46 years of age. I'm 46 large. This young man is amazing. So he is who I've been learning from. I'm in his community and it's amazing. All right. So, but those who can afford to, afford his mentorship right now, I'm just offering information that I've learned, everything for free. Right. I'm just explaining everything that I've learned from him for free. Okay. That's it. Oh, you watched a video of him last night. What did you think? Tell me your thoughts. It's amazing how we connect and how we're watching like some of the same traders. And Island Child says, me too. Let's see. He says, I'm watching the list on the screen, the first one. Yeah, exactly. How to start trade. That was the first thing that I did. And the first video I watched was that 1.5 hour, 1 hour and 40 minutes. He really breaks stuff. Exactly. And all I'm doing is just filling in the gaps. So I go live every Monday and share live access to watch him trade every Monday. So people can see like, yeah, this young man really breaks things down and he shows you how to trade. Okay. And so since everybody can't afford that, I'm helping those who can't afford to join his mentorship right now, but they want to learn how to trade. So I've been just sharing information for free. That's all I've been doing. But yes, I do have a YouTube and I post content to it, but he's who I've been learning from. Let's see. Key says, Island Child says he's a ball of knowledge. Yeah, he is. He definitely is. He definitely is. Carly says, I've been trying to learn for a year and I just started really understanding how to spot the right levels. Exactly. Now, his number two pro trader is J Dub. J Dub. All right. So what J Dub does in his community is, oops, where is he at? This guy. So if you go to his channel and go to his live, he does a pre-market prep and he's amazing, right? He goes through various stocks. So there might be a stock you're interested in watching. Hey, everyone, check these guys out. If you haven't, check them out. Okay. And if you have questions, I can ask your questions. I can answer your questions if I know it. If I don't know the answer, I can forward over to them because I'm in the community and they will definitely answer those questions. Okay. So I got you covered. Carly. LJ says, Ace, appreciate what you share and the value you bring daily. Man, I appreciate you, LJ. I love all of you all, man. I'm just trying to help out any way I can. No gatekeeping. Patty says, I really appreciate you sharing. It really helps. Definitely, Patty. I got you covered. All right. All day, every day. All day, every day. I'm here to help. Carly says, Dub strategy. I've been using last week, made $300. Wow. Amazing. Amazing. Congratulations. I love it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Island Child says, yes, we appreciate you so much. Why do they keep restricting my TikTok keeps restricting me, man. I don't know what's up with TikTok. Let me appeal. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me appeal. They keep forcing me to appeal. Come on, click the button. I'm sorry, everyone. Give me a second. I don't know why it won't. Oh, well. I can't really. I'm trying to appeal this thing. Oh, there we go. I appreciate you, Island Child Creations. He said you're the only person on here that seems most genuine. Yeah, I man, I care. Like I really care because man, think about it this way. Do you want to be lonely at the top? Like, let's say you make a whole bunch of money, right? It's boring if it's just you. So I want to be able to talk about this with other people who get, a lot of money too. So eventually all of us will be there, right? So LJ says, do you use the same four pane trading view setup to trade a Scarface? Let's see. So what I do, I got a few setups on my other MacBook Pro in my room because I have multiple monitors. So I'll have Trading View. This is my ideal setup. I'll show you the layout really quick. Where where are you? Let me move this out the way. So I don't know if you all can see this. But what I like to use is this one here. So it has the single row column, two columns. So you have the one column, and then you have three rows in the second column. So I'll have like multiple tabs for the stocks that I'm following. So I'll have one for Tesla with this layout. And so it'll be the Tesla 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, and 1 hour. And then the next tab will be like AMD, same thing, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 1 hour. And then NVIDIA, 1 minute, 5 minute, 15, 1 hour. And then I'll have QQQ and SPY, same thing. So I'll have like five different tabs. But that's it. And then I might have a sixth tab where I have everything combined. Like if I'm watching Tesla or looking to take a trade for Tesla, then I'll have Tesla in that pane, QQQ, SPY, and maybe AMD or something like that. Let's see. Carly says, I don't quite understand options, so I just day trade. So let me explain it simply. All right. I'm going to give you the simple explanation. And then if anyone has any additional questions, I can answer We can go more in depth. All right. The simple explanation of options is this: the what we're trading is the stock, aka shares. Stock, aka shares. Those two things are the same. Stocks, shares. They're synonymous with each other. All right. They mean the same thing. Now, to make money trading stocks, you would need a lot of money. So, like one stock for Tesla costs over $300, right? Almost $350. So, if you wanted to make $1,000 off that stock, man, you'd need to buy like, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million worth of $1 million worth of shares. All right. And that's just too much money. Okay. But with stock options, what you get is the power to control 100 shares, aka stocks. One option contract gives you the power to control 100 shares, aka stocks. All options trading is simply saying, I want the right. I want the right. So if I don't know if any of you do real estate, I invest in real estate also, but with real estate, you get a set of rights. Anytime you buy real estate, whether you're buying your home or you're investing in it, and in your mortgage, it will outline what those rights are. In the same way, that's what an options trade is. You're buying rights to a certain amount of shares, aka stocks. And so one contract gives you the right. You're just saying, hey, I want the right to buy 100 shares of some stock at a certain period of time, right? And that period of time could be 1 week from today. It could be a couple of days from today. It could be a year from today. Doesn't matter, right? But it's just, you're saying, I want the right to buy 100 shares with one option contract at some point in time in the future. All right. Now, that's why you're able to make so much money exponentially. All right. When you trade options, okay? Because that's all it is. One option contract simply gives you the right to buy 100 shares at a later point in time. Does that make sense? Let me know if you have any additional questions. LJ says, okay, that makes sense. Thanks. Yeah, that's all it is. Because trying to buy the stock itself, just think about it this way: trying to buy the stock itself to make money, that's going to cost way too much. But here you get to do it in a much more affordable way. And you're just simply buying the rights at some future point in time. Because this is what happens if you buy one single option contract and the option expires. So let's say you buy it today and it expires Friday. What happens if you don't sell the option and you've made money? Let's say you made $1,000 with that one option contract and you didn't sell it. Well, it's going to try to fill the order and buy 100 shares of stock. Now, obviously, you probably won't have the money in your account to do that, but that's exactly what it will try to do. So, whatever amount of money you have available, it's going to buy that number of stocks if you don't sell it at the before it expires. All right, so that's basically it. So, kind of like leverage when trading forex, exactly. That's the edge of using stock options. You get to make money. You don't have to commit to buying the stock right away, but you can use it to leverage making a little bit of money or income. That's why people do it, to make income. They also use it to hedge when they buy the underlying stock or share. When they buy the stock or share, they use stock options to hedge against reversals. So you want the price to keep going up, right, when you buy stocks. But there are times when the stock is going to fall, so you can buy an options contract like a put or a short to keep balance, right? So you're not losing too much money while you're waiting for the price to recover or rebound. Brian first says, are you going to watch BLSH? I don't know what that stock is. Brian, is it Brian, or am I pronouncing your name correctly? Brian first, or is it pronounced Brian? Let me know. But yeah, I primarily focus on Tesla. It's a bullish IPO like Figma. Oh, yeah, I'm new. Like I'm new to all the different possible options to trade out there. So I only focus on one stock, which is Tesla. And then the tech stocks like semiconductors is like AMD and Nvidia. So those are really, because I'm really familiar. Like I said, my background is tech, but I only really focus on those three. But yeah, I could take a look at them. I'm not familiar with them, so I don't know how much value I could offer you. But I could take a look at them and tell you. Now, I use the break and retest strategy. If you're using some other strategy, then I don't know how much value I could offer you. But I can look at it in terms of what I see in the context of the break and retest strategy, where I expect it to go based on where it's been. So I could do that if you're interested. So just let me know. Let's see. Carly says, do they have do they have demo accounts in options trading? Yeah. So I'm assuming you mean, do you have the ability to trade risk free? And the answer is yes. Free says SPY. Yeah. So I watch SPY every single day because the stock that I like to trade, Tesla, is a holding of SPY as well as QQQ. Right. I talked about this in the pre market prep yesterday. And I said, why do traders who trade stocks like Tesla or AMD and NVIDIA, why do we watch the ETFs QQQ and SPY? Because they are a holding within those companies, and we need to make sure we're not taking positions against the direction they're trending in. So if we look at SPY and QQQ, you can see they're both trending in the same pattern, right, in the same direction. And I expect, look at this bullish candle here in the pre-market. Look at this. So we retested a key level here, 637.71. Buyers, look at how buyers defended the previous day low, right? This was, hold on, where is, all right, so this is Monday's low here, 634, 634. And look at how buyers stepped in, because in the pre-market, you can see we gapped up in the pre-market for SPY. This is SPY. We gapped up in the pre-market, came back and retested Monday's lows. We just came just shy of, can you all see this? Sorry, let me make sure. Let me pull this up. All right, so just shy. So this is Monday's lows, right? Monday's lows. In the pre-market, we gapped up, retested Monday's lows, and for a push higher. Nice push higher in the pre-market. All right. We I marked out a key level here. And look how nicely buyers defended this key level, okay, for a push higher. So using this key level as support, we pushed higher. And if I pull this down so we can look at what we did in the post market yesterday, consolidation in the post market yesterday, coming into today, look, nice push higher. So I expect more continuation higher. We do have, if we switch over to the, let's switch over to the monthly chart, reset this. Look at this. We're at all time highs. We're killing it. SPY is killing it. So we don't have any key levels to mark out here because we're already at high all time highs. So yeah, I expect, just keep an eye out on pullbacks. If you're looking to trade it, I would just keep an eye out on pullbacks. So don't jump in to chase price. Wait till you get a pullback to a key level. You could use the EMA. You could use like the 20 EMA if you want. Wait for a pullback to the 20 EMA. So if you go to let's go to the 15. Let's go to the 15. Let me reset this. So here, if I was going to trade SPY, and this is not even using the break and retest, right? This is just using the EMA, all right? I don't use the EMAs for the break and retest. I don't use any indicators whatsoever, all right, for the break and retest. But if you're looking to trade SPY and we don't have any levels because we're at all-time highs, you could use the EMA, right? So this is the 20. This yellow line is the 20. Once we come back near test, right? We already did that in the pre-market. So we're taking off a little bit. So you'd have to wait till we come back, till there's a pullback near the 20 again, okay? So once the market opens, wait till you pull back near the 20, and then you can look to see when buyers are stepping in. Then you can look to enter your trade, right, towards the upside. Make sure you have a predetermined goal in mind. That means have a predetermined dollar amount that you're looking to earn. Don't just jump in trying to, make a bunch of money, all right? Have a predetermined goal and a predetermined stop loss limit. Let's see. Carly says, this is my second time catching you. When do you go live? I need more of this. I got you, Carly. I go live for the pre-market prep every day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Eastern. Later today at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a live mock trade. I was thinking about switching those from the afternoon to the mornings. So what do you guys think about that? I was thinking about switching it from the afternoon to the mornings because the break and retest is better in the mornings. So I really want to, you literally said exactly what he said. What happened? Let's see. Wait, did you just reset one click? My mouse roll finger gets tired. LOL. I'm sorry, Carly. Did I miss what you? He goes live every week around. Oh, I appreciate you, LJ. I didn't even see. I didn't even see that you answered it. He would do a demo trade on Wednesdays around 1. Yeah. So today I was just thinking about switching it from 1 to the mornings when the market opens because it's better. It's better for the break and retest. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Do you want to switch it from the afternoons to the mornings on Wednesdays? I think it will be better. So let me know if you want to do that. Olu says mornings. That will work. When you switch to the 15-minute, you reset the chart with just one click. It looked like, yeah. At the, let me see. Now I'm on a laptop. So if you're viewing this from your mobile device, the UI may be different. The functionality may be different. But on a laptop, when you move your cursor toward the bottom of the screen, a couple of buttons will appear. And one of which is the reset button. So if I unplug my charger, I can jump over there so you all can see it. Those of you on my other social media, you can see where my cursor is currently, but let me show those of you on TikTok. So yeah, if you hover your cursor towards the bottom of the screen, these set of buttons will appear, and this is the reset. That's the reset button. I forgot to get some water. All right, let's see. OMG, I never knew about those buttons. I be scrolling my mouse for dear life. Yeah, exactly. I got y'all, man. I got y'all. Like, if you have any issues navigating any application, like I said, my background is software engineering, so I can help you with any application. I can provide step-by-step guides, video tutorial, whatever you need to help you, get familiar with how to navigate or find what you're looking for. Excuse me, sorry. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to send a notification. So next week, I won't just change it this week because I know people are expecting to do that later today. But yeah, I'll send a notification to the free within the free community. Those of you who are in the free community, I'll send a notification and let everyone know um, that we're going to change to Wednesday mornings instead of the afternoons. Carly says, "Can you show your top-down analysis style?" Yeah, I can show you all that if you want to. If you want to see it, yeah, I could do that. Let's see. Let's choose AMD. Let's choose AMD. And let's see. Do I have? I'm going to erase my drawings. All right. So I'm going to keep my key levels. I don't want to erase what I have for Tesla, but let's use AMD because I'm in a swing trade for AMD. And look how nice. Oh my goodness. I'm in a swing trade for AMD. Look at this. Look at this. I told y'all, man. This is why I said, look, you could choose a lower delta contract for $200. Okay. $200, $300, or even $100 if you wanted to. But my AMD, I think, hold on. I think it's $200. I think it was $200. This move right here is going to bring me another $300-$400 just from that one single contract. That one single contract. This is crazy. This is crazy. Let's see. You need to request to join the free community as well. Send them a DM. Thank you, LJ, man. I appreciate y'all. Y'all got my back, man. Thank y'all for answering and helping in the live chat. Because y'all know I'm slow. I'm slow to get these answers. Yep, she was just about to ask. Yeah, so yeah, while I explain, I appreciate all of you that's stepping in to answer questions. Uh, so I'm going to go ahead and show my top-down analysis using AMD as an example. So yeah, thank you all for helping to answer questions in the live chat while I do this. Um, what are those colorful lines? They are. This is my script. You can ignore these for now. Uh, So I wrote a script that will mark out the previous day high and low and the pre-market high and low. So these are the main key levels that I like to draw out every single day. And so instead of me drawing them on the chart, I just wrote a script to do it for me. That's it. But you can ignore these for now. In fact, we'll turn them off for this top-down analysis so you can see um, how to just draw it on the chart. And let me turn off this EMA. All right, cool. The script is free. The script is free. I can send you the script. And I'm not charging for the script. Yeah. So no charge. I listen, I'm not charging anything for anything. All right. Because listen, I just want people to win. All right. In this context, I just want people to win. Now, if this was, if you wanted me to build you something, then that's a different story. But if I already have it built, then yeah, I don't have any problem sharing for in this context. Island Child Creation says you love the script as well. Okay, yeah. Just now you'd have to be in the free community for me to send it to you because I can't paste it in the in TikTok. But Island Child Creations, I can paste it to you. I'll send you a DM. Yeah, so Carly, just DM me, and then I'll send you an invite to the free community, and then you can once you're in, then I'll copy and paste the. Um, so now, oh, the other way you could do it is if you DM me your email. I think I could, upload the file, right? I could just paste the file or attach the file with the script in the email, so you can do it that way too. So you could either DM me for the invite to the free community, or just DM me your email and then I can send it that way. Let's see. Carly says, I appreciate that. That will help me to double check the levels I mark myself. Yeah, exactly. Free says, can you send me the script as well? Yeah, Free. If you DM me, like I said, you can DM me your email and then I can just send the attachment. Let's see. Just join the community. This is value. Yeah, appreciate you. Appreciate you. Let's see. Now with the Free says, okay, cool, got it. All right. Now with the AMD, with AMD, this is how I would do it. Now I'm going to explain it simply, then I'm going to walk you through step by step. All right. So I'm just going to use simple language to explain so everyone can follow along. When you're looking, remember, just keep in mind, don't try to learn terms. My suggestion would be don't try to learn the terms. And that's why I don't use them. Okay. Try to understand exactly what is happening. Right. And the only thing we're looking for is what price is doing. We've chosen a stock. It could be any stock. You've chosen a stock to trade. And now you're just watching it. You're trying to learn how it behaves. And so you're just going to look left and see what has it been doing historically. Okay. And what I mean by what has it been doing is what is price? What has the price been? All right. Price can only trend in two directions. It can either go up or go down. That's it. And so when we do a top-down analysis, all we're doing is zooming out, right? We're just zooming out to take a bird's eye view. All right. Now, the time frames that we use are the higher time frames. And for those of you on TikTok, I apologize that I need to get up and show this. For those of you on TikTok, my other socials, you're fine. But for those of you on TikTok, when I say zoom out and take a bird's eye view, these are the time frames that you have available. These will be your default time frames if you start opening an account on TraderView.com. All right, so what you want to do is just simply zoom out, take a bird's eye view. In this demonstration, I'm going to zoom out to the monthly time frame. Monthly time frame. Each of these are time frames, and they simply mean that every candle on that time frame is that duration. So a monthly time frame, every candle on that time frame is 30, 31 days on average, right? On a weekly time frame, that means every candle represents 7 days. Every candle represents 7 days. On a daily time frame, every candle represents 24 hours, and so on, right? Down to the 1 minute. So every minute candle represents 60 seconds, right? 60 seconds, and then it counts down. All right, so the top-down analysis is simple. We zoom out, take a bird's eye view of what the stock has done. Now, I just switched to the monthly time frame. For those of you who want to follow along, I'm on tradingview.com. I'm in AMD. AMD. Carly says, yeah, AMD is the stock. AMD, and that's Advanced Micro Devices. All right. Make sure you choose the one with the NASDAQ symbol to the right. Appreciate the love, appreciate the likes, appreciate the follows, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Appreciate the love and the support. All right, now look at this. If we just look at the chart, visually, what do we see? We just see price. All right, ignore the don't try to see or read like every single candle. Just look and see what you see. All I see is price. I see when price moved up, and then I see when price moved down, right? And I can see it clearly, right? Just by looking at it. I don't need to see every single candle distinctly. And it's not really important for the top-down analysis. All you want to do is see, well, here's a key point. I want to make that white. All right. Here's another key point. Oops. These stick out to me. These stick out to me. All right. Now, why did I start with these? Because I'm only focused on where price is currently and what points are near that price. All right. You can mark out plenty of key levels, but it's not necessary until price reaches near that point. So since price is currently sitting at 179 and change, I'm only marking out levels that's near that price. Because again, we're only focused on price. Where is it at currently? Where has it been historically? Okay, so historically, it was here, right? And so I'm boxing in the current price. I just boxed it in. I just boxed it in. Okay, that's it. That's it. Now, if these were the only levels, let's start here. I can zoom all the way into the 1 minute time frame. No, let's go to the 15. Let's go to the 15. Let's reset. Shorten this. Now look, if I'm on the 15-minute time frame, these two key levels are too far away. Can you all see this? Hopefully you can see this. They're too far away from where the price is on the lower time frame, right? I'm at 179. This top key level is at 197 and the bottom is at 159. That's 20 bucks away. All right. So we need some closer levels if we're looking to trade it. If you're looking for a long-term position, this is ideal, right? Because we've just boxed in where the price could go. Okay. So now let's zoom back out. Let's zoom out. Let's go to the weekly. Let's go to the weekly time frame. I'm going to reset this. Now we're zooming in from the monthly to the weekly. All right. And where's price sitting currently? It's at 179. Can you see visually a key point that you would want to draw out? I can see it clearly, right? We can see it clearly. I'm going to help you begin to see this clearly. Look at this. I see a point here. I see a point here. And I see a point here. So I'm going to draw a line that touches all three of these. All three, okay? This is where price could go. Now, we want to draw as few lines as possible. So after you draw a key line, a key level on the higher time frame, zoom in to the lower time frame. You can use the 15-minute in this case. I like to use the 15-minute, all right? Now, if I reset this chart, and then, oops, shorten this a little bit. Isn't that much better? We're currently sitting at 180 is the price. We're currently sitting at 180. And now this weekly time frame high, excuse me, not high, pivot point or key level, aka, let me go back to I want you to see this. All we did was marked out a key pivot point, right? This is where we pivoted in the trend. So the trend started, but we pivoted here. Trend broke, came back, pivot, came back, started, came back, pivot. So we did it 3 times. So that's why I marked it out, right? It sticks out to you. You don't even have to know the other details, but you saw how easily it stuck out. So going back to the 15-minute, let me move this. All right, and you can see this is much better. This is within $2. Excuse me, y'all. I need to grab some water. Okay. All right, so this is now, once we start, you can see this candle, right? Let me zoom in. Can you all see it? Look how quickly we just opened, and look at this. Look at where we just tapped that key level. So this is a nice example of seeing, okay, well, this is potentially where the stock could go. Now, if we break beyond that level, then you're going to need another level beyond that. So let's zoom out to the 4 hour. Let's zoom out to the 4 hour. Okay, actually, let's use the 1 hour. Let's use the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so on the 1 hour time frame, I'm going to mark out 2 levels here. I'm going to mark out this one, and I'm going to mark out the very top of this level here. So now I have 3 levels that I can use on the 15-minute time frame. Okay, since right at the open we broke the first one, for the break and retest, what I'd be looking for is this: a break above, right? Some consolidation, and then a retest back towards 181.73. Okay, so that's it for the top-down analysis. Very easy to do, and you can rinse and repeat this. Oh, snap, I forgot to record this for Loom. So I'm going to have to upload the only thing I hate about uploading the TikTok video is that it has this weird audio issue. All right, do you all have any questions? Market just opened. Let me open up my brokerage. Let me tell y'all how much that swing trade for AMD is making right now. And then give me a second. I'll try to answer questions before we end this live. Let me just zoom in. Wow, look at AMD, man. I'm telling y'all. Oh, my goodness. That's crazy. That's crazy. I was hoping Tesla did the same thing. Let me take a look at Tesla. Give me a second here. 8.0. Look at this. Look at this, y'all. This is my swing trades. This is my swing trade account. Okay. Look at this. It was at $10 starting today. But look at the return. Look at the return on this. Okay. So let's look at the cost of the contract. This is the AMD swing. So it cost me $675. $675. Why did it cost $675? Because the expiration is 16 days from now. 16 days. So I bought the 175 calls. And look, it's 85% return on that investment so far. One contract, the P&L jumped to 546. That's crazy. So the net liquid, you see where I start with and what it is now. So it grew in value to $1,200, almost $1,300. And it's still climbing, okay? That was the point of getting into these swings, so you can capture those swings, right? So when you see it start at the lowest point and then you count the price, or not count the price, mark the price. So that's a $10 move or $15, $20 move is going to make you significant money with those longer term positions. So you don't even have to day trade if you don't want to. You don't have to day trade. Now let me look at Tesla. Here's a Tesla swing. The Tesla expires in 2 days. So I'm going to have to make a decision as to, do I want to sell this one? Now this is it costs $315 and now it's worth $387. Okay, this is my swing trade account. Let's see. So let me peek. I'm gonna get to you all in just a second. Let me take a look at Tesla really quick. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. I might need to jump into a trade really quick. Look at Tesla. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Yo, you see, so you see this, right? I want to show you something. I want to show you something. I want to show y'all this really quick. This is what I mean when I say um, pick an amount that you don't care about. Pick a dollar amount that you won't feel any emotional connection to, right? If I go to the options contract here, so let's go to the options contract here. I just want to show you all this really quickly. As it relates to the lower delta contracts, remember the lower delta contracts, these are the cheaper contracts. Let me expand the real estate here. So in this delta column, you can see we're going to go to the cheaper contracts, right? Now, I'm going to choose the let's choose the 0.17, all right? $130. $130. Here's how I would do this. If I didn't care about 130, this is what I would have did today if I wasn't on this live, right? I would have been able to make this trade because I was looking to do that, but I forgot because I was just trying to help you all. But I would have jumped into this trade with that lower delta contract. And as soon as the market opened, as soon as I saw this, let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Let's go to the 1 minute time frame. Soon as I saw the wick on this candle here, look at the wick on this up close candle. As soon as it closed, I would have jumped into that contract and caught this momentum. Because why? With that lower delta contract, because it's cheaper and it's so far away from the money, when you have this kind of speed and momentum, you see this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is all within 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, you could have made, let's look at the dollar amount. Let's count this. Let's do a quick calculation, right? So from 341 to as high as 347, 341 to 347, that's $6. That's $6. Now let's go back to this delta. Tesla moved $6, and the delta that we chose was, what was it, 1.7? I think it was 1.7, right? So if it's 1.7, let's do the math. Let's do the math. Okay, I'm just going to pull up this little calculator. For every dollar move, you could expect to make $17 on that contract. So since it moved, what did I say, $7? I forgot. Let's just say $7. All right. So 7 times, what did we say? $17 was the delta. You would have made $119. $119. Okay. So that's the only thing that matters is just take $1 and turn it into 2 and do it consistently over time. Don't try to chase after the big bag right away. All right. Focus on being consistent at turning $1 into 2. And I would have threw that 100 in what that 0.17 delta contract into the market and it would have made me $117 within 5 minutes. Within 5 minutes, tell me that's not amazing. In 5 minutes, y'all. All right, so now let me pause and answer some questions. All right, let me start from the bottom. Roadrunner says, so that was more than one contract, though, right? No. This is only one. You talking about the swing? The swing for my swing trades, it's only one. Can you all see that? +1. So these are just one contracts. So that AMD was just one contract. The further out you buy, what I mean by that, let me show you all. Because I keep forgetting, right? I need to make sure I explain and provide these details. In the options chain, you have these rows, right? This is the chain. These are the options that you could choose. All right, now here in the parentheses, you will notice there's information, right? This information represents time till expiration. The further out you buy, the more expensive, or I don't want to say expensive. That's not the right word. The price of the contract will increase. So let me show you an example. I'm just going to use any contract as an example, right? So notice the strike price. This is what we're going to use to follow along, right? So look at this. Look at the strike price, 330. Okay, you see this? 330. The price of this contract is 1,000. Let's just say 1,600. All right, 1,600. 330 strike. Now we're going to minimize this row. We're going to go to the next row and check out the same 330. And it expires 9 days. The same 330 strike is now 1940. All right, and if you go to the next row, same strike, but you want more time till expiration, 16 days, 20, almost 2,400, right? So when you go out, you can buy more time. Basically, you're just paying for more time. That's it. You just want more time to capture. And why would people buy more time is because if you don't want to day trade, maybe you think the stock, you've marked out your key levels and you feel like it's going to take a certain amount of time for it to reach that particular level. So you want to give it enough time to get there. So hopefully that makes sense. So yeah, just one contract. And Carly says, so did that answer your question, Roadrunner? Carly says, what am I doing wrong? My 15-minute chart gapped and yours didn't. 15-minute for AMD? For AMD? Is that for AMD, Carly? Let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, Roadrunner says yes, thank you. You're welcome, Roadrunner. Carly says yes. Where do you see the gap on the 15-minute? I don't have a gap on mine. My 15-minute AMD chart has gaps all over the place, but none on yours. Did you hit the reset key? Try hitting the reset key. Did you try that? Oh, you know what may be happening? I know what may be happening. So this may be the reason. Yeah, this may be the reason. Yeah, so if you're on AMD, make sure you're on the right ticker. So let's make sure we're on the right ticker. You should see AMD Micro Devices 15 NASDAQ. So let's make sure we're on the right. I'm going to pull up the search field. So if I click on the search field, the AMD, when you type in AMD in the search, the one that you want should have NASDAQ right over to your right. Okay. I'm on the NASDAQ. That's the one I'm on. Yep. Okay, cool. So the issue is this here. The issue may be this here. So you have to make sure if you don't see this squiggly line, because this is showing that this is real-time data. All right, so yours might, if you see yellow or something else, if you hover over it or click it, it'll show you if you're getting real-time data or not. If you're not getting real-time data, that's the reason why. And you might have to, because I paid for a subscription to get that real-time data, so I think you may have to. I thought that you didn't have to pay for the description to get that real-time data, but check and see. I have the green and the red you pointed out. Okay. So I'm not exactly sure why yours is showing gaps. If you refreshed, oh, you know what? Maybe, nope. Yeah, you know what? We might have to Okay, so at the bottom here, at the bottom part of your screen, do you see this button at the lower right hand corner? If you click it, this is for regular trading hours. If you click it, click on the extended trading hours. Click on extended trading hours. Make sure that's highlighted because it might be there it is. Yeah. So when you click extended trading hours, then that should do the trick. All right. Cool. Now, Carly, that's going to cost you $50 for that service. All right. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I would freelance and help people out for as a software engineer, and they would man, people would just throw money at me for helping them resolve these type of issues. Like people pay me like $300, and it only took me like 2 minutes to help them fix it. But yeah, it was crazy. Let's see. I've been trying to figure out why my charts be looking different all this time. Yep, I got you. I got you covered. I got y'all covered, man. All day, every day. So yeah, this is amazing. This is amazing. All right, I love what I'm seeing for AMD. Let's see. For Tesla. All right, so there was some reaction. Look at that. We finally hit it. This is the key level that I marked out, 347. We broke above it, and then there was a reaction off of this key level. This is for Tesla. I'm on the 15-minute time frame. So we finally broke above. Let me switch to the 1 minute. Man, this is amazing. This is amazing. This is amazing. So I wonder if we're going to push higher because we've already reached the objective. So let me see. Hopefully, let's see where we can go here. Let me switch to the 15. Zoom out. Where can we go? Where can we go? All right, so the next level I have for Tesla, let's mark 350. 350 is the next level I have for Tesla. All right, so sellers are sitting here at this level. We can see by this wick here. Let me get rid of this. I don't need that anymore. So you can see by this wick here, sellers are sitting at this key level. So we'll see today if we break, to, above 350. All right. So let's see. Any other questions? I think that completes this session for today. Let's see. To answer your question, TradingView change that real-time option didn't pop up until I switched. Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. You're using the paid version? Okay. Okay. Gotcha. All right. So did I miss anyone's questions? I know I wanted to get through the explanation and then make sure you have this available in the replay. So if I missed any of your questions, please retype them in the chat if you want me to answer them now. If not, that will conclude today's live. I'll hang back for another minute or two to see if anyone has any additional questions. But that will conclude today's live for today. Yep, Tesla. Oh man, I'm super excited, man. This is exciting. This is very, very exciting, man. Love it. I love it. Look at that. Olu says, thank you. I sent my email as well. Okay, let me go ahead and do that now while you guys are on. Let me send you the script. All right, let me pull this up. Give me a second, Olu. I'm going to start with you first. All right. Okay, so I got your email. Let me attach the script. There's going to be 2 attachments because I'm using 2 separate scripts. I separated them initially. Later, I'm going to combine them, but you'll see what I'm talking about. Let's see. All right, let me pull up my Gmail. Actually, you know what? Maybe let me put this in. It may be better for me to put this in a. Let me see if I can put this in a Google Doc. I think it now has a code version or option. Insert. Okay, yeah. No, I don't like that. Let me just put it in a file. Give me a second. Let me put it in a text file. Mm. All right, so this first one is the first 5 minutes. Script. Then I'm going to add the previous day. Okay. All right. Okay, now I've created the files. Now give me a second. I'm just going to add them to the email and send that over to you. Attach. All right, so let me check. I can do a multiple emails, so let me make sure I'm not missing any one free. Okay, I see your email. Let me. Oh, first let me ask. Let me ask and make sure. Do you all mind if I do a blast email, or maybe I could do a carbon copy so that way everybody can see everybody's email if you want to still keep your email. Oops. Can you all hear me? Okay. Sorry if the mic just went out. Okay, so hopefully you all can see. I'm going to do a carbon or blind carbon copy with everyone's email address on it so I could just send one email. Let's see here. Uh, you're welcome, Olu. Carly says, I'll join the free community first. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let me send you the invite. All right, so I have two people who requested the script that's free in Olu. So I'm sending that your way now. And let me know if you received it. All right, cool. Let me get you next, Carly. Oh, I see you, Roadrunner. Hold on, sorry, forgot to include you in that. Oh, and Patty too. Sorry. All right, let me get you two as well. Let me go to sent. Forward. Fine. Da, 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 and okay. All right, so sent it to you as well, Roadrunner, if you're still on. Not sure if you're still on or not. Carly, let's see. Let me get you the invite link. Mhm. Okay, Carly, I just sent you the invite link to the free community. You got it? Okay, cool. Olu says, thank you. I sent my email as well. Yep, Olu, I got you covered. You should be good to go. And anyone else? I think I got everyone. Naomi, what's up? How you been? Jared says, I would like to join as well. Yeah, just DM me, Jairus. DM me, and then I'll send you the invite link. And the free community, it's ideal for answering questions, organized. Like so, for example, if you're trying to practice charting, you could screenshot your chart over to me to help me, have me verify, like, hey, am I doing this correctly? Is this right or is this wrong, and so on. Let's see. You want me to, Island Child? You want me to send it to your email or just paste it to you? Because I could. Well, Let me just send it to your email. Let's see. All right, Island Child Creations. I just sent it to your email. Let's see, Jairus, did I get you? Okay, Jairus, I'm working on sending you the invite to the free community. All right, Jairus, you should be squared away. Naomi says, "Hey, I'm good. Congratulations on your win yesterday. I just saw your video you posted. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, nice trade today. I went over my swing trades this session too, and they are doing very, very nice, very nice so far. And I hope it continues today. I hope it continues today. Thank you for that. Island Child says, thank you. You're welcome, Island Child. No worries. Java says, got it. Thanks. You're welcome. Appreciate you all. I think that might be everyone. Now, for those of you joining the free community, once I see you in there, then I'll add your permission so you can see all of the channels, the trading channels, um, in the community. Okay, so you won't see anything available once you get in initially. I'll need to set your permissions. Let's see. Carly says, "You're a blessing. I'll be in there as soon as this ends." Okay, cool. I got you. I think that's it for today. If you all don't have any additional questions, I think I got everyone squared away. Let's see. Please share. I'm in trouble. Oh, yep. Patty, are you still on? Is Patty still in here? Patty, if you're still on, I can help you. If not, if you're not on the live, then I'll have to reach out to you in a DM. But I think that's it, everyone. If you all don't have any additional questions, we could call it here. I can drop the mic on this live session, and I'll either see some of you later today during my live for the mock trade at 1 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. Eastern. And again, if you can't catch that live session, you can always DM me for the replay. All right, everyone. I think that's it. I don't see any additional questions. So, all right, I'm going to call it here. Thank you all. See you later. Have a good day. Later. Appreciate you, LJ. Thanks, man. Again, appreciate you. Thank you all for all the love, support, likes, and the follows, man. I love it. Have a good day. Later, everyone.